Real about what you put in your coffee. La Creme, real dairy from real cows in 4 amazing all-natural flavors. Get real. Get La Creme.
Just because a creamer is in the dairy section doesn't mean it's dairy. Get real. Get La Creme.
Everywhere you look, freight trains are part of the economy. By getting goods to market efficiently, CSX is helping move the economy forward. CSX, how tomorrow moves.
Most automobiles use only insulation to reduce noise. But we take a different approach. We use microphones to detect unwanted engine sounds, then transmit opposing frequencies to eliminate them. Literally fighting sound with sound. Active sound control, available in the Acura TSX. The most innovative thinking you'll find in an Acura.
The Motorola Xoom tablet, with the velocity of a 1 GHz dual-core processor, 3D graphics engine, gyroscope, and a widescreen HD display. Grab it, and it grabs you. Only at Verizon.
Great stories, great shows. The Weather Channel, prime for excitement. And now, your local on the 8s.
Professional golfers had to battle Mother Nature at yesterday's PGA Tour event in Tucson, Arizona. This is actually in Marana, Arizona, match play. And one round of the Accenture World Match Play had already been moved up to Saturday as tournament officials feared snowy conditions today. But then yesterday they saw high winds, and it was just downright chilly anyway during yesterday's 2 rounds. In fact, one of the golfers, Martin Kaymer, he was wearing something he called a snood. And it's basically like a scarf and a hood put together. But there's a technical term for it. It's a buff, actually. And they're going to need it again today because it's snowing right now in Tucson. But let's show you what's going on with the winds. It was very windy yesterday. It's going to be windy in West Texas again today. We're going to look at that forecast. Winds could gust over 75 miles per hour today in West Texas. Does that tell you how much energy this next system has with it? We're going to continue tracking it for us across western Texas. Winds are going to really pick up into the afternoon. A lot of high wind warnings have been posted. As this low pressure works out into the plains, winds are going to continue to increase out ahead of the system as well. This is going to be the area where we watch for some severe weather. The winds on the backside of the system will start to calm down as it pulls away into the east on Monday. Now, this system has a lot of threats with it. One of it is flooding. Eric has more on that.
That's right. It's going to be a little bit of deja vu all over again. A lot of these scenes we saw last week with our severe weather outbreak, and a lot of the severe weather we're expecting for tonight and tomorrow in the same areas that already saw some nasty weather over the last few days here. What you're looking at is rainfall for the last week that we just saw. And you see where some of the heaviest rain was. It's where the severe weather was. It was across western Kentucky, northern Tennessee, eastern sections of Arkansas. This is where you saw several inches of rain. And even all that yellow area, that's 2 inches of rain that fell. Now, we're having our next system move in, and it's going to add more on top of that. Everything in here, these are all flood watches for you. And in the northern sections, this is where you still have some snow on the ground, so you have that to contend with as well. You have the snow melt, the new rainfall, you have warming temperatures, and all of it is going to lead to an increased flood threat as we head through the next 24 hours. Here's our forecast for rain. What we're expecting through Tuesday morning in this big band from St. Louis, including Louisville, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland. You're on the northern periphery. That's 2 inches, and we could see some locally higher amounts where those storms move over the same area. Most of this is on the northern side of the warm front. You could also be looking at a chance for severe weather in those spots and also some very large hail. Here's what water can do. 6 inches of flowing water can easily knock a person off their feet, and it can drown a person, especially if it is moving swiftly. 2 feet of flowing water can float a vehicle, no problem. And it's difficult to judge the depth on the road. You don't ever want to drive a car through that much water working its way across the street. And flowing water at just 4 miles per hour, and that doesn't sound like much at all, can destroy a house. And it has the same strength as an EF2 tornado. Folks, if you have not dealt with rushing water before, the power of it is incredible. You do not want to mess with it. So we want to make sure everyone is safe when this wet weather starts to work its way in and the flood threat increases heading into tonight. Jen?
All right, Eric. Well, on a lighter note, there were thousands of runners this morning, many dressed as princesses. They gathered to run in Disney's Princess Half Marathon. It's over already. 13.1-mile race ended. In fact, the winner, her name was Jennifer. She came in at a time of 1 hour and 22 minutes. And look at all those princesses. Oh, fun. I'm glad they ran early, though. Today, it's going to be hot in Florida. 87 degrees, the forecast around Orlando. Right now, temperatures are in the 60s, but there's a big warm-up for the South today. In fact, records will fall as we take a look at what's going on here. Today, 76 in Shreveport, 78 in Oklahoma City, 78 in Atlanta, all well above average, nearly 20 degrees above average. Orlando, you're going to head up to 87, 88 degrees. Then we take you out to tomorrow, and the heat continues to continue to warm up here around Charlotte, 81 degrees. D.C., we're nearly going to be 70. That's going to be 69 degrees for your high, 20 degrees above average. Jacksonville, 83. So with this warm up, of course, so you're going to see the chance for that active weather. I want to show you just the overnight temperature. So today we're going to be 61 in D.C., but then look what happens overnight tonight. We hardly cool down at all. We're going to stay in the 50s around Charleston. It's going to happen in the South as well. It's going to be very warm today, and overnight you're not going to see a whole lot of changes. Today in the South, 70 in Nashville, 75 in Memphis. Overnight tonight, you can see a lot of spots staying up there near 70 degrees. This is a concern because that warmth, the humidity, everything going to be in place to feed the potential for severe weather. Eric?
All right, well, flu season is ending, but allergy season is just beginning. Coming up, we're going to have a doctor come into the studio to detail why that can be a dangerous combination and provide some preventative tips for the spring season.
Nature is unique, pure, and also delicious. Like Nature Valley. Granola bars made with crunchy oats and pure honey. Nature Valley, 100% natural, 100% delicious.
See this? Nobody else has what this paint's got, and that's a #1 rating. It's a paint and primer in one, so it goes on bold and looks even better. It means getting more done in half the time, and it means the shade you see on that swatch ends up on that wall, and is as durable as it is colorful. You know where to find it. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Try it for yourself. Get your own 8-ounce sample of the #1 rated Behr paint. Now just $2.94.
When you build the world's fastest production sedan, you consider everything. Like at 190 miles per hour, even a simple raindrop becomes a powerful force. The Cadillac CTS-V. Every detail built for speed and performance, right down to the windshield wipers. We don't just make luxury cars. We make Cadillacs.
Heaven comes to earth. Rich, creamy, thick, Dan and Greek. The most delicious yogurt imaginable. Heaven on earth. Discover Dan & Greek.
So you've always wanted to learn a new language, and now you can with Rosetta Stone. Now enriched with new tools to make learning a language even easier. Introducing Rosetta Stone Totale. And you can try Rosetta Stone absolutely free. Just call now for your free CD demo. Rosetta Stone makes it fast and fun to learn a new language correctly and confidently.
现在我会说国语啊. Now I speak Mandarin.
Thanks to Rosetta Stone, I can now speak Japanese with my parents.
Rosetta Stone has helped millions of people learn a new language. And new Rosetta Stone Totale gives you online access to sessions with native speakers, games you can play online, even a mobile app that lets you practice anywhere. Call for your free demo CD now or visit rosettastone.com and get started learning a new language free. Call now and get a 10% discount if you decide to buy Rosetta Stone.
Call 1-800-421-6689 for your free Rosetta Stone demo CD with no obligation. That's 1-800-421-6689. 1-800-421-6689. Call now.
The Weather Channel in its prime, in prime time. Great stories.
Oh my gosh!
Great shows.
This is unbelievable!
The Weather Channel, primed for excitement. On TV, on your computer, on your phone, the source for weather. The Weather Channel, now your local on the 8s.
This is North Hollywood, California, Saturday, February 26th, and has been hailing for about 5 minutes now.
Well, actually, that isn't hail. It's something called graupel. Graupel is like hail. It's frozen. It's a little softer than hail. But anyway, this just tells how stormy it was in Los Angeles yesterday. We had a really strong and cold system come through the southwest. And then the energy from that system is now going to be moving east, causing severe weather in the middle of the country. A lot going on with our weather this weekend, and we can't stress it enough. Now really is the time to prepare. We have everything you need to know right here on weather.com. It's easy to find under the search button. You can type in safety, and I'm going to take you there. We're going to talk more about what's going on today when it comes to severe weather and what you need to do to prepare. One thing you can do is get notified by the Weather Channel. What you would do here is sign up on your phone, and the service would call you, and Jim Cantori's voice is on there, by the way, call you when a severe thunderstorm warning or tornado warning is issued for your area. And this is especially useful in the overnights when, of course, you're not up to hear what's on the TV or on the radio, and especially if you don't get sirens. Now, make sure that you have a weather radio, too, on hand. If not, you can get our Notify service. Make sure that you also have a family preparedness plan, including where to go if at home, school, work, or in a car when a tornado warning is issued. Have an emergency supply kit with a flashlight, battery, and water. And keep in mind, perishable items should be changed or replaced every 6 months. Now make certain everything you need is in one specific, easy to access location. Let's talk more about, though, this latest round of weather and how it's going to impact travel. Eric?
I think Monday is going to be a pretty rough day for travel if you're expecting to hit the skies or drive around town. We've outlined the area where we're going to be looking at a lot of disruptive weather, some strong winds, some thunderstorms, severe weather all mixed in here. Airports from St. Louis, especially in the morning, moving over towards places like Louisville, Memphis, Nashville, down toward Jackson, Atlanta as well, and eventually by the end of the day into the D.C. area.